This pub has been derelict for over a year, abandoned. Beer glasses, crisp packets, upturned stools. It's been left exactly as it was on September the 10th, 2011. For the people who are here, it was a night they will never forget. In front of more than 20 people, Lee Erdmann was murdered. He was shot around here, the bullet hitting him in the back and going through his heart. The violence that followed and the threats made to onlookers around here was so utterly terrifying that not one person phoned the emergency services. And detectives have hit a wall. No witnesses have come forward. It's as if the killing never actually happened. This appeal goes out to the people who were here that night and to the local community who've been living in fear ever since.
Lee Erdmann had 5 children. 3 of them are still very young. But 6 years ago, he lost his daughter Jessica to cot death. The grief never left him.
Every time it was September, it was like a black cloud come over his head, because he used to ring me and say he was feeling a bit low, you know, every time it got near to a birthday. And, you know, that's why I went there.
We've been given access to the crime scene to retell the story of what police believe happened that night.
He'd been out most of the day, been to different pubs. Around 1:30 in the morning, he decides to get a taxi. He knows this place will be open. He'd been discussing it with various people during the day. It's not a place he would normally come to. Lee's from a different part of Salford, and there is rivalry between where Lee's from and from here. He has no argument with anyone. He circulates between the back bar and the front bar here. But most of that time is spent with one person, that being the person that kills him. If you were here and you knew them both, you would probably be a bit on edge and wonder what is happening, because the sort of backslapping while they stood at the bar, which you just wouldn't expect from 2 people that don't know each other, never mind people where there might be some rivalry.
How did the gun get into the pub?
I think Lee arrives. The man that he's been talking to, or he was talking to here, sends out for the gun, and the gun is brought to the pub after he's here.
Take me through when it turned.
We don't know what actually springs it at that moment. What we do know is that Lee is over there with his back to his killer. He's actually lying here and he's already dead. The gunman walks over to him, calmly shoots him again in the chest. That bullet goes straight through Lee's body and ends up lodged here. He then stamps on Lee's face. Lee has quite a lot of facial damage here, so he stamped more than once. After doing that to Lee, the killer raises the gun. There's around 20 plus people still in the pub at the time. The gun is raised and essentially everyone that's here is threatened.
The shooting lasted just minutes. It was witnessed by at least 20 people, yet not one of them called the police. Crucially, a hard drive containing the pub's CCTV was removed and is still missing. Police believe this is the gun exchange after the shooting, and this, the getaway. Later that morning, some drinkers from the pub drove Lee's body to A&E.
I hope you don't go before me. That's what he used to say. And I used to say, why is that? You've got your whole life ahead of you. When it turned out to be not the case. I can't tell him what really happened. I can only just say, you know, your daddy's gone to heaven. And they're still asking for him today.
Within days, graffiti appeared in the Ordsall estate. Messages from the local gang intimidating witnesses into fear and silence. But now police believe the threat has been removed, and Lee's family have faith that people will come forward.
I just hope that somebody's got the heart and the guts to just speak out. But we'll have to wait and see.